And we're live. Hello, it's Bill, the knee pain guru. Today is Thursday, July 29th, 2021. We're going to talk today. What are we talking today about? We are talking today about knee traction for breaking up scar tissue. And this was an interesting concept. I got this question. It came in from Gabby on the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel, which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed already, please go and like and subscribe to the channel, the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel, and share this video with your friends, family, and loved ones that are struggling with pain. Okay, so Gabby writes, this was in regards to knee scar tissue, how to reduce knee scar tissue and increase flexibility / range of motion. This was a video I recorded, I believe, a couple of years ago. Gabby writes, what about knee traction for scar tissue? And here's an interesting concept that we want to take a few steps further to understand the dynamics of what's going on in the knee when it's developing scar tissue. Traction can be a possibility for breaking down scar tissue. However, we have to understand what the knee needs on a deeper level, because it's producing scar tissue. It's creating scar tissue as a result of what it's experienced. Knee has gone through an accident, an injury, a surgery, a trauma. That causes the knee to tense up to protect itself. Normal, natural response to the accident, the injury, the surgery, the trauma. Makes sense. When you're afraid, you tense up. The knee does the same thing when it experiences this trauma. Now, ideally, I'd like to ask Gabby about a dozen more questions to get a better understanding of what's going on with her knee. Has she had surgery? Is this a surgery, post-surgery issue? This is an injury that she had. Is she dealing with range of motion or it's pain? Like, there's more to the story than this. So I'm trying to paint you a bigger picture to address what may be going on with Gabby and her knee, and if traction may work or not. So it's important that many times when a person who's in pain comes to me and they're wanting help, they're wanting support, that the information that they're providing me is not enough information in order to help them. So we need to ask more questions. So I would be asking Gabby, is there pain? Is it a specific part of the knee that feels pain? Is it a specific position she's in that feels pain? Is she standing? Is she sitting? Is she lying down? Does it happen immediately or does it happen over a period of time? All of this is going to indicate a distinction and a nuance in understanding what needs to happen to take the steps to get her out of pain. This is important, because if we just go and focus on the scar tissue itself alone, she still could have, we could break down the scar tissue, and on the other side of it, she could still have the same problems, meaning she still has challenges with range of motion and she could still have pain in the knee. So we can't just focus on the scar tissue. We have to focus on the bigger picture of what's going on in the knee. The restriction in the knee could be a result of something going on in the hips and lower back. The restriction of what's going on in the knee could be a result of tension in the quads or the hamstrings. So we need to look at the bigger picture and understand what's going on. If this is making sense, give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel. And if you have questions, we have a couple people here on Facebook and YouTube. If, by the way, if you have questions, you're watching the replay, type those in the comments below, as I use the questions that come in to produce future videos, to have for future videos. Another piece is we're also offering all of this in Spanish. So submit your questions in Spanish below. We have Sandra from Colombia, South America, who is supporting our efforts here into bring the knee pain guru into the Spanish-speaking world. So feel free to share this with those that you know that speak Spanish as well. Okay. So knee traction for scar tissue. Let's look at what's going on with the scar tissue. Scar tissue lays down in the knee kind of like a web. So you have a pattern of tissue that'll lay down this way, then another pattern of tissue lay down this way, and this way, and this way, and this way. And it builds up kind of like a knotty, well, it feels like a scar. But it'll be raised. Sometimes it'll be hard, feel like there's something underneath the skin. And this is the tissue that's developing kind of as the body's own Band-Aid to hold that scar together or to protect the knee from going into a range of motion that is going to be painful. The scar tissue will develop. So it'll protect the knee from going into a range of motion that'll cause it more pain. Now, it's a little bit of a chicken or egg thing. If you can hear the rooster in the background. A little bit of a chicken or egg thing. Well, what came first? Did the pain come first and then the scar tissue develop? Or did the scar tissue come first and then the pain develop? It's important to connect these dots that we're looking at two different types of ranges of motion in the knee. One is the anatomical range of motion. That's the ability of the leg to fully extend and fully bend. That's the anatomical range of motion. Within the anatomical range of motion is a comfortable range of motion, which means the knee may only be able to straighten comfortably to here and bend comfortably to here. And that comfortable range of motion is what the body will stay in. And over a period of time, that scar tissue or the tension in the neurology will limit the comfortable range of motion in the knee. And the comfortable range of motion gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So pretty soon, no matter how you move, you're going to have pain in the bending or the straightening of the knee, independent of the scar tissue. We have to go in and begin working not with the anatomical range of motion in the knee. We have to work in the comfortable range of motion in the knee and the intrinsic movement of the comfortable range of motion in the knee. Now, what does that mean? The comfortable range of motion, we went over that. It's going to be within, the comfortable range of motion is going to be within the anatomical range of motion. Now, the comfortable range of motion, we have to work with the intrinsic movement of the joint. Intrinsic movement is slight twisting, slight forward and back, slight side to side, slight apart and together, and slight tilting of the knee joint. These are all the tiny motions in the joint that you access when you push and get up out of a car, or you're turning yourself over to get out of bed. It's not linear movement, and it's not full ranges of motion of the knee. So it's in these little intrinsic movements of the knee joint that we need to work to create comfort, to change the neurological signaling. The neurological signaling meaning the body goes from a sympathetic or a fight or flight state to a parasympathetic or a rested and relaxed state. In the rested and relaxed state, the body heals faster. The body lets go of pain, lets go of tension, and it increases the comfortable range of motion of the joint. So as we create comfort in the intrinsic movement of the joint, in the comfortable range of motion, the joint relaxes because now the joint is feeling safe, supported, and listened to. That is key in order to increase the range of motion in the joint and reduce pain. By increasing the comfortable range of motion of the joint. Now, when we increase the comfortable range of motion of the joint, the natural movement of the joint will begin to break down the scar tissue. That's just what happens. When the pain isn't there, the joint begins to move the way it's supposed to, and you're standing, you're sitting, you're moving, you're walking, however you're living your life is naturally breaking down the scar tissue in the knee. We have to lead with comfort. Comfort relieves the pain, reduces the fear, and builds your confidence in your movement. And that's what tends to be lost when we have an accident, an injury, surgery, a trauma. And the body begins to move in a direction that it is able to heal on its own. If this is making sense, give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru channel. Share this video with your friends, family, or loved ones that are suffering with pain. And now, what are your action steps? What can you take from watching this video to start moving in that direction? There's 3 things you can do today. First is you can head on over to the kneepainguru.com, sign up for my newsletter. It's number 1. Second is you can go over to my appointment page and schedule a consultation with me. Now, the consultation is not to get you out of pain. The consultation is to develop a strategy for you to get out of pain. Now, whether that be conventional medical model, whether it be a natural approach, whether that be me or someone else, you want to figure out the strategy of what you can do to begin pointing you in the right direction to make sure you're going to get the best results in the shortest period of time. And then the third is Knee Club. And all of this, by the way, is in the description below. You can check it out in the description box below. It has all these links. You can get support that way. Okay. That is, so to tie this back in to Gabby's situation, will traction work for breaking down scar tissue? It may or may not, depending on the comfortable range of motion and the intrinsic movement of the joint. We have to work in that, and traction is one of those aspects in the bigger picture of working with the joint in a way that will allow it to speed up the healing. Okay. That's what I got for today. Well, I am going to scoot. This is Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru. Going to sign off for today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one.